Hey guys, I hope you're all having an amazing day today. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be creating a makeup look using the Violet Voss Coral Pop Mini Eyeshadow Palette. I got this little palette in my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus for the month of November, and I could not wait to create a look with it because I just love the color story. But yes, there are 6 shadows in this little palette, and I think it's perfect for traveling. And let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my lids. Today I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base, and this is in the shade white. And I'm going to use my finger for this. So I'm going to take a crease brush from Morphe, and I am going to dip into the shade Pretty Peach right there, and I'm going to apply this all over my crease, so my transition area, and I'm going to slowly build up the color while also blending it. Then, taking a blending brush from Morphe, I'm going to dip into that shade Silk, and I'm going to just blend out the edges of that shadow that I just applied. Next, I'm going to use a crease brush again and dip into that shade Teddy and apply this directly onto my crease because I want to build up the color again, and I just want it to have some dimension, which is why I blended out the other shadow first and applied a darker shadow onto it directly because I want there to be some contrast and dimension in this look. Then I'm taking a clean blending brush and I'm just going to buff out the edges and blend everything out. There's no shadow on the brush, but I just want it to look a little bit more blended. So using the same blending brush, I'm going into that shade Pretty Peach, and I am going to use this to blend, but I'm going to apply it directly onto my crease and then blend it upwards a little bit above it because I want to extend where the shadow is placed. I want the shadow to go up a little bit higher, but I don't want it to be too dark in that part of my eye. So I'm just going to blend it upwards slowly and gently until I like the way that it looks. Then next, I'm going to cut my crease using my concealer from Rare Beauty. I'm in the shade 270N, and then a small flat lid brush. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of the concealer directly onto my lid. And then I'm going to look up, and wherever that concealer lands on top, that's where I'll be cutting my crease. And today I am going to be doing a full cut crease. So I'm just going to take my time filling in concealer in the areas that I want the crease to be cut. And for this part, I just always take my time. It's better to just take very small strokes and just blending out the concealer downwards, never upwards. Just taking my time very slowly until I like the way that it looks. And when I get to the outer part of my eye, I'm just going to use my brush to create a wing liner shape. Then using my finger, I'm going to go into that beautiful shade Coral Pop, and I'm going to apply this directly onto my lid. And then I'm going to go in with a brush to perfect the application. This is a very bright shadow, so I didn't want to use my finger too much and mess up the cut crease. But yeah, I'm going to use my finger a little bit and then go in with a brush. And the brush that I'm using is just this very small brush from e.l.f. And again, I'm just gonna very slowly apply this Coral Pop shadow onto my lids and all over the areas that I cut my crease. And when I get to my outer corner, I'm going to be very careful creating that wing liner effect with my brush. Just taking very small strokes. I'm going to take this very small angled brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to go into the deepest shade, and I am going to create a line right where my crease meets my lid. Just for some dimension, I was missing a little bit of dimension in the shadows, so I went ahead and created this line, and don't worry, we will be blending it out a little bit so it won't look so rough. Then as you can see, I'm very slowly and gently buffing it out. I'm using the same brush, just moving the color a little bit upwards so that it looks a little bit more blended. And I'm going to take my time doing this because I want it to be a visible line, but not a rough line. I want it to look nice and almost natural. Next, I'm taking a very small blending brush from Luxie, and I'm going to dip into that shade Pretty Peach, and I'm using this to blend out the edges of that color that I just applied. I don't want to lose my color because I really like the line that I created, but I want it to look a little bit more blended. So I'm taking very small strokes and being very gentle with it. Then using another small brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics, I'm going to dip into that beautiful shimmer Champagne, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid on top of that Coral Pop color. Then I'm going to use a small angled brush to apply that shade Chocolate to the lower lash line just to smoke out the look a little bit. Then I am going to apply Champagne, that shimmer, to the inner corner of my eye. As you can see, I applied some eyeliner and some lashes, and this is just going to help to complete the look. Okay guys, so this is how the look turned out. I really like how it turned out. Excuse the lighting, it's nighttime now and the lighting is not as great, but I will include some photos of different lighting that I took. But I really like how this look turned out. I love this palette. I was very impressed with it, especially how tiny it is. It's perfect for traveling and taking with you anywhere. I cannot wait to play with it again. I definitely recommend this tiny Coral Pop palette from Violet Voss. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.